And say this, I'm gonna try to reach out to my ancient Kamish, in other words, Egyptian ancestors. But with that being said, I found myself, I'm supposed to be under bearing Samity now, thrown out of my astral body entirely. When that happens, your soul starts to come out, and that's when it gets scary. I'm trying to figure out who did it. I keep hearing that it's him. For some web bucks, I was placed under Santa Muerte and all of that. I do recall when I was playing 125 hertz, and somehow some opportunity was availed for Baron Samity and a couple of other entities. Like I said, I don't know what's going on, because these people will fuck with your entity attachments, of different gods and goddesses you're under, including God himself. That's what they do as part of how they kill you off. And with that being said, her and another person's spirit guide herself looked at it and was like, these motherfuckers are trying to kill her because they noticed that a lot of my consciousness and my connection to my spirit guide was out of my head. Like literally out physically in the spirit plane. So, I'm just going to say it. I died in I need a lot of spiritual help. I'm also going to say it right now. It's funny, when I started praying to get back into my body on August 22nd, 2022, things just got a lot worse. It says, well, from what I'm seeing, I don't know exactly what's going on, and let me try to articulate it as best as I can, but I saw that I got sacrificed to Santa Muerte. And so when I ran her off and got disconnected, that's when somehow they were able to disconnect me from my astral body. So something really fucking weird is going on. And do this video and ask for people's prayers at this time. I'm going to go ahead and say this. Every single night in the middle of the night, I'm harassed. Me and my chair-faced spirit guide is also harassed as well, where I have my astral body parts, especially the last of my consciousness that I got, my child consciousness, pulled out. And I want to say, and I should have said this as well in the middle of the night, that I'm dealing with some really, really evil, nefarious people. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I knew something was up when these people were talking about how I have to mention the name of Baron Samity, the real name of him to escape this curse. I from what I understand, I keep being told that, he's doing it of his own volition, but he's held in a hell realm and he's told to do some evil shit or something. Really, I think that it's them wetbacks. Without going into too much detail, my my energy body, soul body, like I said, I notice something weird is up because every time I see cars passing by, I'll, see weird faces, like white faces superimposed, which is a sign of death. Sometimes I'll see out the corner of my eye words written on the wall. Like right after I died, I had my Egyptian ancestors actually come to save me, Anubis and so forth and so on, saying that you are dead. But it's Mikey Hernandez and this woman at the shop who sacrificed me to her. I'll show you her picture. Um, with that being said, every single night, I knew something was up when I kept getting harassed from my child consciousness. I noticed that, without going into too much details, Baron would revert it. And like I said, it's wetbacks who put this shit off on me, primarily. That's why I'm not a big fan of them. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say this. The breakdown barrier is 1135 hertz. They put up some type of barrier that's, keeping me from being seen. 114, 700 hertz, as well as 114, 730 hertz. Use 3400 hertz or something, which corrects frequency. Those frequencies, the other ones, 114 and all of that, actually disables it, because these motherfuckers will do something to impair your ability through control of consciousness or something. So I got to be somewhere to impair your ability to use frequency. So, again, please look out for me. And there's, I think, 11700 hertz as well as 117 715 hertz that can enable it. But anyways, I'm going to say something right now. I'm not a big fan of them motherfucking wetbacks, because I notice that every single night they'll destroy my astral body. The more I would try to get back into my timeline and get back into a physical body. My physical body got torn out many, many weeks ago. After this, again, they put a tulpa that looks a lot like this. They had the word Indian written on his forehead by the name of Dan Tulpa. But anyways, they're really, really big on energy harvesting. Astral, a lot of them motherfuckers are into dark shit. Very, very dark shit. But anyways, the wetbacks who put this shit on me, I'll show you how they look. I noticed that when you physically attack them, I gotta try to find and see who the fuck it is, who the fuck it really is. Because I'm not really sure. I know it's people that's connected to these people here, Joel and Barbara Hips, that works at the Southern California Psychic Institute. It's gotta be. Because the roach attachments that they put on you, which looks a lot like their higher selves, the higher selves who are involved. I even heard those people one night as well comment and make a comment saying, we'll, get to you, woo, 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 woo. We're done with our little experiment, woo, 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 blah, 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 blah. Them two people, Joel and Barbara Hips. With that being said, the people, the wetbacks who put this shit on me, are saying that I have to sign a soul contract to be able to get back to where I came from. And they're the higher selves are, bullying me really, really fucking bad. They're trying to use Baron Samedi to do it. I did concede what his name was a while back, and I took it back because, I don't want these people to have our power and to have power over us. They were formulating some plan where they were going to give a lot of power to Santa Muerte and all that shit, and I'm not going to have it. I don't respect her. I don't respect that bullshit. She a fucking wetback ass toper to me. I look down upon it. I don't deal with them fucking people. I don't fuck with them people, period. And with that being said, I feel like, when I'm just going to go ahead and say this, and this is how unscrupulous and evil and wetbacks are. One of the dictums that they told to their roach attachments is to ensure that I don't do tarot readings or use spiritual powers. Never mind the fact I don't make a lot of money from it. So when one of them heard me in the astral plane today, they're keeping me captive somewhere in the spirit world. I'm understanding it's I feel like I'm being helped. It's Baron Samity's realm, but I'm being helped, because again, a lot of these spirits, these motherfuckers use very advanced magic, and I hate the fact that they're using my own spiritual powers, which they stole from me, against me. And it's hard. It's extremely hard to get it back. Very, very hard. They're using shit against these people to fuck them up. And to fuck him up, to fuck with me. And the minute I started doing a tarot reading, the motherfucker blocked the gates for a lot of people to come in. A lot of people, a lot of folks, folks' energies, positive energies, vibes, higher selves, and so forth and so on, to be able to come in and spiritually help me out. And one thing I said in one of the videos, I'm going to do the part 2 tomorrow, is that if I say something in the video, they'll use that information against me. And, every single night, again, it was really bad when I had Santa Muerte around. I just ran that wetback bitch by playing 6,000 hertz frequency. I ran that Topra up the street, that Dan Arcienega. He looks a lot like this. As a matter of fact, right before, from what I understand, I died in my sleep, he was going around harassing the black folks of fucking South Central. He was talking some shit about, like wetbacks, and calling me a she-boon. And so is Mikey Hernandez's ancestors. That's why I'm not a big fan of them damn wetbacks. I used 6666 hertz frequency. You can also use 666 hertz frequency to get rid of an entity like that. You can use, this is flagrantly wrong. That's why I wouldn't turn against my own kind for them motherfuckers. I think they would be better off being in fucking concentration camps and shit. But anyways, I ran her off using 6,000 hertz frequency, because I'm just like, no, I'm not putting up with this shit. I'm not going to be under no fucking beaner. I'll be damned. You gotta go. Your kind gotta go. 666 hertz. There's another hertz. I'm trying to recall. 451, 452 hertz, which runs away energy vampires. It works on her, and I'm going to say this. What works the best on that wetback, it don't work on no Baron Samity. He could take all the shit he wants from you. It don't work on no Shun. If she wants, she could take all the shit from you. It don't work on no Ilegua. It don't work on no Thor, because they are actual people. He Kate, because they're actual people. And it only works on that bullshit ass wetback Topa by the name of Santa Muerte. And it's black tourmaline. You can use black tourmaline on her. She's an energy vampire, just like this broad here. Has to latch on to you to take your shit. Like I said, I don't respect that wetback shit. I look down upon it. So with that being said, I urge all of you out there, apparently I'm being hidden in the astral plane by these people, 694 hertz. Again, use frequency disablers. There's orgonite that can help. I don't know what frequency that vibrates at. Orgonite's very good. I'm thinking about buying that in the future. There's all sorts of stuff that you can use to help yourself out. I've been having my consciousness pulled out, and it was mainly, looking back on it, I'm now objectively looking at it, and I knew it was them motherfucking wetbacks and that Santa Muerte. She'll do that shit where she pulls your consciousness out and tear it out. That's why You know, unless it's like a Satan or an Ars Goetia or anything, I don't believe in being under anything. And I don't, you know, again, I don't respect that. I don't respect that. You know, to get rid of her, you know, black tourmaline works the best. Black kyanite, but black tourmaline is the best. I'm telling you that right now. Black kyanite is good to work in conjunction with that, as well as blue, because it can get you your shit back. But black, obsidian's all right, but kyanite is the best. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and urge you all to please send some prayers my way. Please send some well wishes my way, because I'm being harassed every single night by this evil shit. And me and my spirit guide, you know, again, it's a child spirit guide, a cherub-faced spirit guide. We need a lot of help. You know, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go outside right now, play a bunch of fucking Rukias, to try to see about helping me and my friend get out this situation. Because, you know, when you're dealing with flesh-bodied folks, again, you know, from what I understand, they were working with the people at that Santa Muerte shop and sacrificed me and all of that. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and say it like this. You know, these motherfuckers are doing something. You know, these people who put this shit on me to keep me stuck in between, you know, realms from what I'm feeling, and to steal my child consciousness, and to astral body harvest every single fucking night. And I feel like I can't emancipate myself. It just gets worse and worse and worse. That's why I do these videos, the more I try to set myself free. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. You know, these evil motherfuckers, you know, every single night I have to wake up to you know, my chair-faced spirit guide getting astral body harvested. And I'm going to say this right now. These same people, through different entities, came to me to sign a soul contract in 2014, and I refused. You know, and ever since it's just been hell. You know, like I said before in the video that I did earlier, I wish I didn't wipe it out. I should have, you know, kept it all up. I had a lot of my shit removed. Not only that, but, you know, the way your astral body is set up, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm knocking on the door of death. I'm being put out of my own astral body. And being pushed down and pushed down and pushed down further down into the floor. And that's a very scary thing. That's when your soul starts to come out of your body. Santa Muerte was doing that, from what I understand. And she was artificially pushing me out. And, you know, I believe, looking at the facts objectively, it was Baron Samedi acting as a blocker. You know, like I said, they went back trying to get me to confess his name, and I refuse. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that again and give them our power. So with that being said, you know, something very, very weird is going on. With that being said, you know, I'm just going to say it right now. Every single night, I'm being astral-bodied, harvested. You know, I'm just going to say it right now. My connection to God isn't that good. You know, I'm going to say it right now. Spiritual truths. We all have different gods or connections to God that we're under. It could be an ancestor, a child, a person, you yourself, your higher self, or an aspect of her or him. You know, something that we're under that can help you out. And with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now, you know, like I was going to say in the video tomorrow, or, you know, if I already did, Mine's isn't the greatest. And, you know, I'm just going to say this right now. Every single night I have this child, I could hear her screaming and crying in the astral plane, being stuck in various, you know, hellish realms. You can use, even from a distance, 1185 hertz, 125 hertz. Well, I'm getting like tinnitus in my left ear. That's never good. You can get you can use 156 hertz, which helps break the chains of bondage of being stuck in hell realms to be able to break free. You know, from what I understand, these people work with celebrities who I got sacrificed to. Madonna is one of them. You know, she rapes and molests them two little African girls every single fucking day and barely feeds them. That's why you don't see a smile on their mouth, and that's why they don't act like authentic individuals. You know, I'm constantly having my fucking astral body exposed spiritually. But, you know, Zendaya is another one. You know, I noticed that her eyes done change color and all of that. You know, they went from being a light brown, like mine's is sort of a hazel, to like a light gray. And she's wearing blonde hair, which is indicative of somebody trying to emulate he cake. Like, I remember one evening, I bleached my hair blonde because I wanted to. And next thing I know, this is while I was still more in the physical, I looked at my eyes in the mirror, and for like, I would say like a couple of seconds, they were fucking aquamarine blue like this. Saw that I have an aquamarine aura around me as well. With that being said, that was the result of having the energy of Hecate, or, you know, from what I'm understanding, I'm supposed to be the successor to Hecate, and her higher self, Jessica Ilhissa, keeps trying to steal that from me. And, you know, again, it's hard because, you know, it's so nuanced, this curse, but I'm going to start to break free. I'm gonna try my best to break free. You know, I pray every single night. I do, you know, I use Islamic ruqyas. That shit's the truth. I'm gonna talk about the process of, you know, in the future of becoming a god, because, you know, some of the things I learned about some of these gods is interesting. Very, very interesting. You know, you literally can become your own god. You know, the system isn't what people think it is. Now, anyways, with that being said, you know, I pray to everybody out there. Please help me and my lone spirit guide. My poor spirit guide, she died yesterday. She died a couple of days ago, and I actually had a bunch of, you know, very, very powerful spiritualists come in and ask what's going on. And see that I'm being brought artificially. I'm not supposed to die until the age of 86, until the point of death. And, you know, it's because of these evil, malicious ass people, mainly wetbacks again, that want to covet my spiritual powers and abilities and keep me from getting my shit back. You know, and it's playing trickery with my spirit guides, my spirit team, my higher to highest selves. So I'm going to try to get, you know, it's hard to get an objective clarification when you have nothing but compromised, in a way, compromised spirits to deal with. It's hard to get clarification. You know, I'm thinking about going to another reader, but I'll make sure it's not a wetback in the future, because I'm not trying to deal with that evil shit. And, you know, if you do offer me a reading, a free reading and so forth, please make sure that it's covered by prayers, spiritual protection. You know, I'd appreciate that, because, you know, like I said before, You know, every single night I try my best to protect her, and she, you know, is the only thing that's protecting and helping me out. You know, from what I understand, my higher selves got paid to look the other way, and, you know, like I said in the video that I'm going to do tomorrow, they do something where they mix with your bloodline and invade it. And, you know, the wetback who put this on me integrated herself with my bloodline. And that can allow them to mix with your higher to highest selves. It's some fucking demonic form of, I'm not going to even call it witchcraft, but some very technical shit that the CIA uses to get at motherfuckers, these roach attachments that they work with, you know, that resembles their higher selves, their higher to higher selves. You know, like I said before, I'm going to say it again, it's getting really, really bad. So thank you all for your well wishes. With that being said, to all of you out there, take care, have a wonderful day, you know, because this shit happens every single night, and I just, you know, I've been praying coming out here and just don't know what to do.